I'm going to go over today a storage facility that we bought. This is a good one. This is going to be so good. And I put no money into this deal. No money. All right. Now, I don't put any money into any of my deals, right? But this one I also put no, this is a good one because it's a creative deal structure. So I'm going to get into that and kind of show you what I did for that. A lot of people ask me how I buy all 12 of my facilities. Well, I ask people for money and I ask them to lend me the money. And then when they lend me the money, then I go out and buy a facility. So if you don't have any money or don't have enough money to buy a facility, then you should really be talking to everybody that you know and asking them if they have any money that you can borrow, especially nowadays. We all know how the market's getting. We all know interest rates are going up, right? I mean, interest rates are above 6% now, right? The commercial side is usually a little bit lower. It lags a little bit, but essentially all rates are going up. And by the end of the year, we know that prices, that interest rates will be like super high. How high? I don't know. I'm going to guess like 8%. What do y'all guess? All right. By the end of the year, what are the interest rates going to be? I'm guessing 8%. We know they're going to go up. We already know where they're going to go up, but we just don't know how high they're going to go up. So, when you have like a property that's too expensive and then interest rates that are too high, like you can't make a deal that way, right? So one's got to give. Either you have high housing price, high residential commercial prices and low interest rates, or you have low interest rates and high prices, right? So it's like one or the other, right? Yeah, interest rates are already as high as 2008 and they're going to get higher. All right. And, so you need to have that spread, right? You always have to have that spread. And right now, sellers, this year, sellers have just been not giving you the spread, right? Like not giving you the prices. And we're seeing that because, we're putting in on average 10 offers a week for my team. For all of you that don't know, I have 15 virtual assistants that work for me, and they do nothing but find storage facilities and make offers on them. And the rule is that you can't go below a 7 cap, right? In order to put an offer in on a storage facility, you can't go lower than a 7 cap. And so, not a lot of people accepting 7 caps. So, I used to buy stuff at like, a mismanaged facility, could be a lower cap rate, right? But, an income producing property, you can't go lower than a 7 cap, or a 7 cap is a good conservative number right now. And, especially because we don't know where the market's going and everything, or, and even higher would be great for an income producing property, but nobody's doing it right now. It's like few and far between. Now, it's getting a little bit easier to find facilities, but owners are just they really still in their mind, they think that prices are, their facility is worth a lot of money. So we put an offer in on a facility on Friday in, I think it was like Indiana or some Midwestern state. And the owner emailed back today, and his message was, looks like we're not going to be able to do the deal. I don't think we'll be able, I don't think we'll be able to come to an agreement because our prices are way off, right? So good luck with your search. That's basically what it said, was like, our prices are way off. And it's so funny because like when I talk to the virtual assistants and I tell them, like, they have one on their script, they have one question, which is, it's actually, oh yeah, so we have like the seller call sheet is what we have for like all the students, and for all the students, the script is there, so y'all can read it, and it's on there, and it says, what's the price you're looking for? We can come up with an offer, but essentially, if you don't give us a price, it could be a lower offer than expected, and we don't want to do that because we like to create fair offers. If you have a price in mind, or if you have been offered something and turned it down, can you tell us what that number is so that we have something to start with?
So that's what we ask. And a lot of owners actually give, I love when an owner gives you the price. It's like, yeah, if you could be around 550, like we could talk, you know? And I just love that when they give you the number. And this question actually works very, very well. So, you know, so everybody can use that. You know, give us a number, because then what, like this guy that I just told you about, like he would not give us a number. And so then we gave him an offer, and the offer was like not close at all to anything that he had in his mind. And if he would have just given us a number close to like what he had in his mind, then we would have just saved like a whole bunch of BS in the middle, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like so frustrating. So, you know, if you have a number in mind, then tell them, you know, it may be like way off. You could give them like a high price. And a lot of sellers do give us like really, really high prices. And, you know, and then we try to work it. We try to work it with owner financing. Okay, you want $1.4 million, but it's really only worth $1 million. Well, why don't you seller finance that to us? Because if you seller financed, you'll make $300,000 or $400,000 over the course of the next 10 years. And so we do that a lot with the magic letter inside the deal analyzer. We do that, and that works out very well as well too. A lot of owners are really open to at least discussing that, you know. But there's still a lot of sellers out there that just want like a super high price, low cap rate, and then like that's it, you know. And so anybody that like anybody like this guy that I just talked about that was like, our prices are not close at all. I tell my virtual assistants, just put that in as a follow-up in 6 months. Because the truth is, in 6 months, it's going to be a completely different market. Completely different market. Right. So yeah, so I think, you know, we're doing that a lot now. There's a lot of follow-ups in like 3 to 6 months. Okay. And especially like if we put an offer in and they don't accept that offer, then we follow up in 6 months is what we do. So we're going to give them this last quarter and then the first quarter of next year, which is going to be like the 2 worst quarters coming up, right? And so then by the end of first quarter, like I think everybody will have really kind of a better gauge of where the market's going to be, what's happening, and then should I hold on to this, or like should I, like, it was my price way too high at that time, you know, something like this. Okay, so just give you an idea. That's kind of how internally, that's how our acquisitions team is working.